Okay, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over, it's the subject pertaining to our soul's creation and, well, I don't want to say creation. I'm going to say our soul's descension into this dimension, okay? So this lecture is going to be regarding our soul's descension into this dimension. Okay, so when you want to talk about our souls coming into this third dimension, this could not have happened without a particular deity, her approval, okay, and her giving us guidelines of the advantages and the disadvantages of the life that we're gonna have, okay, that the life we're living right now, okay, that was all, put in place by a female deity known as Akasha, okay, the goddess Akasha. This goddess was personified by Aaliyah's character in the movie Queen of the Damned, okay. Her name was Akasha because she was playing the role of the real Akasha, who was in charge of what's known as the Akashic records. I want everybody that's watching this video to go do your research on what the Akashic records mean and what the Akashic records represent. It represents our memory of our past lives, okay? And that is stored at Akasha's library, our Akashic records. Not bogus, and it's not bullshit, people. We have to get hip to this information, and we have to have a very open mind, because everything we've been taught through religion, through government, through science is a lie. Okay? So like I said, our souls were existing on a higher realm, and we were light. We were light bodies, okay, known as spirits, okay. And to experience consciousness in this third dimension, we had to make a deal with Akasha. We had to go through Akasha first, and she told us, okay, there always has to be positives and negatives in this third dimension. There always has to be, polarity, a good and a bad, an up and a down, a positive and a negative. Okay, so these are the life outcomes that you have to choose from. Okay, each one of them has a positive and a negative, and we chose. Okay, we chose. This is what this is personifying. Our natal charts. Okay, she told us this area of life is going to be restricted. Okay, that's going to be withheld from you, and this part of life is going to be very fortunate for you. Okay, this is going to be a strong part of your life, and this is going to be a somewhat challenging part of your life, and that's all going to make up, who you become in this third dimension. That was decided by Akasha. Okay, she mapped out our destiny for us. Okay, and we signed the agreement. We signed the contract of the Akashic records to have our consciousness drop from 5D and 4D into 3D, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's not a game. It is not a joke. We are light bodies. We are spirits of light. Okay, this is a holographic universe of light. That's why they call this universe a light prism with an M, a light prism, because it's a spirit prison. And I'm going to prove that today. Okay, so just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want everybody to look up Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube. What is Metatron's cube? Metatron's cube shows these orbs of light, okay? These orbs of light. This is light at a microscopic level. Metatron's cube is light at a microscopic level. These light bodies, there's 13 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the inside. So 6 on the outside, 7 on the inside. That gives you 13. 13 orbs of light orbiting around each other. And this is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So it's actually a cube. So our light, our souls and our light in this third dimension, okay, it's 13 orbs, 13 light orbs orbiting around each other, but they form a cube. They form a cube, and it's called Metatron's cube. Now, where have we seen this cube before? Well, if you watch a movie called Transformers, you know that this character named Megatron, what was the name of that cube again? What was the name of that cube? It's called Metatron's cube. But if you look at this movie called Transformers, you know that this character is called Megatron, not Metatron, but Megatron, and he was looking for the Allspark cube. Megatron was looking for the Allspark cube in Transformers to have the Decepticons ascend out of this dimension and have complete control of this third dimensional paradigm. He was after the Allspark cube to give him complete control and power over the Metatron cube that holds the control over all of the light that exists in this known universe. I know it sounds profound. I know it sounds mind-boggling, but this is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So this Megatron guy can be personified as Venus, Lucifer. Venus, Lucifer. The deity that rules over the light spectrum in this universe. Metatron is really Megatron, which is Venus, which is Lucifer, who has control of the light. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucifer is the light. Megatron wanted control of the light. This is Metatron cube. Megatron had the cube. And Lucifer is who Megatron was. The control of the light spectrum cube. It's right here, the 13 light orbs that were orbiting around each other that control all the light we see with our eyes in this universe. We better wake up. We better wake up, because that was the whole, what the whole Transformers cartoon and the Transformers movie was all about. The Allspark cube that gave the Decepticons, which were the demons, the power over the third dimension that we see with our eyes, people. It's a fucking illusion. It's a fucking hologram. But don't trip, don't worry. I'm gonna let you guys know and give you guys the keys, the information to have us ascend on out of here. Okay? This character, okay, was known as the Fallen One. The Fallen One. They call him the Fallen One because he is being personified as Set, the Fallen One. In Kemetic spirituality, okay, Set was, okay, thrown down to this dimension by his brothers. They kicked him out of fifth and fourth dimensional consciousness. That's why the word Saturn is really set turn, because this character turned upside down and was vanished in this lower dimension. Okay, because this is Set right here. And this is who the fallen one in the movie Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. That's why you see him residing in the planet Saturn, on the planet Saturn, because it's all going back to this character Set, okay, who is ruled by Saturnian energy. Okay, and what was the fallen one? What was he after? What was he after? He was after the matrix of leadership. The matrix of leadership. The matrix of leadership. Because this individual is the leader of the matrix. The leader of the matrix. The leader of the light spectrum that we see in this universe. The leader over the matrix. Over the goddamn light matrix. Okay? This universe that we live in is a cube. We were hexed. We agreed to sign Akasha's contract. Okay, we agreed to sign Akasha's contract and to have our souls experience life in this third dimension. But when we are outside this third dimension, okay, in fourth dimensional consciousness, this is what the third dimension universe looks like. It's a cube. It's a cube, people. It's a fucking cube. Just like the Transformers movie. Just like the Metatron cube in ancient spirituality. Go look up ancient spirituality. This is in every goddamn culture. The Metatron cube. People, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, because if we don't get hip to this knowledge, we are going to be trapped in the reincarnation cycle. We are going to be trapped in the cycle of reincarnation. Our light will not escape out of this prism cube. Our light won't escape out of the prism cube, which is a prison for our souls. We have to break out of the 8. And when we break out of the 8, when we break out of the handcuffs, the 8 turns into a 9. So we spiral up. The 9 is the spiral. The 9 is the nova. The nova, the 9, the stargate, the 9, breaking the 8. I'm trying to wake you guys up, and it's our DNA. Don't you see our DNA in this picture? Our DNA is like a computer. It's like a computer upgrade when our DNA upgrades and we move on to higher consciousness in a higher realm. When our DNA upgrades, how does our DNA upgrade? We have to eat and drink nothing but material, natural material that comes from this earth. So we get the vibration, the same vibration that this earth gets. Okay? So when this earth shifts into the higher dimension, we move on with that piece of the earth. And we don't get left behind with the three-dimensional piece of earth, and we get stuck in this reincarnation wheel. Okay? I'm trying to make this easy for everybody to understand. Okay? We signed the contract with Akasha before we were born to experience life in this third dimension. She told us what our natal chart was going to be. She told us this is going to be your difficult part of life. This is going to be, your life gift. This is going to be your gift in life. And we agreed to that. And what do you know? Okay? Our soul was put into a fetus. Our soul was put into a fetus. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why on the cartoons, when you see the cartoons that were broadcasted back in the 40s and the 50s, they had the stork, they had the stork flying in the sky that would drop off the baby at the mother's doorstep, because that is Akasha. That is Akasha dropping us off in our mother's fetus. It's time to wake up. We were hexed into existence in Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube. 13, baby. 13. Okay, light orbs revolving around one another, forming a cube, a light cube, which is a light prism. It's called a light prism, and our soul is the light. So it's our soul's prison. It's our soul's prison. This Metatron cube, which is a Lucifer cube. Lucifer is Metatron, which is Megatron in the goddamn Transformers movie. People, this is it. This is the goddamn information that is gonna free us. Because Megatron was Lucifer. And who is Lucifer? Lucifer is Satan's servant. So Megatron was the fallen one's servant. The fallen one was Set, who was in control of the matrix, the light matrix. Okay? This was all shown to us in this movie. Our light on a microscopic level, on a atomic level, is a cube. It's light orbs, 13 light orbs that make a cube of light. And when we leave this third dimension, when we're on the outside looking in, it's a cube. The third dimension is a cube, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And our DNA has to keep evolving. Our DNA has to keep evolving and keep evolving and keep going and keep going and keep going. And we can't stop. We can't stop experiencing life on existences, okay? On different levels of existence. We cannot stop experiencing what life has to offer, okay? In each realm of existence, we have to keep our DNA evolving. We have to eat vegetation. We have to eat the fruit, the organic vegetation and fruit, the organic holistic grains. We have to leave the fluoridated water alone. Okay? Everything we do in our lives has to be holistic. We have to get back to nature, period. We have to get our sunlight. We have to get at least 1 to 2 hours of sun every damn day. Every day. Okay? Because the melanin needs to be charged every day. Okay? With all the toxins they are spraying in the atmosphere and all the poisons they're putting in Monsanto's food, we have to be activating our God particle, which is our melanin, which is our DNA, people. Okay? It is a never-ending ladder of consciousness, and we cannot be stuck. We cannot be stagnant. We have to keep moving on. We can't let clowns keep us back from reaching past Sirius into the 4th and the 5th dimension. Okay? That is what the Sirius star is so significant for, because it is the gateway past this 3rd dimensional existence. Okay? Which is a cube. That's why this Metatron cube in our ancient ancestors' spirituality, okay, that's why it's so significant. In Hollywood, the Jewish fags in Hollywood took that information and made the Transformers movie. Okay, Megatron was after the cube, the all-spark cube that controlled the light spectrum in this universe. Okay, and the fallen one, he's personified as Set, and he is in control of the Matrix. That's why in the movie Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen one wanted the Matrix of leadership. He needed this object, he needed this artifact to keep control of the goddamn light spectrum, the illusion of the goddamn universe. The solids, there's no such thing. I just learned that a couple of weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing as solids in this universe. It's all liquid. It's either a liquid or it's light. It's a ray of light. Period. Your only quote unquote solid is a frozen liquid. It all goes back to the liquid. It's all liquid and light spectrum. That's all this third dimension consists of. No such thing as a solid. Okay? So I hope I answered a lot of questions with today's lecture. I hope I was able to give people information, that they were looking for, because this information was heavy on my mind. So I had to, start the new year off, the Gregorian New Year off, on a positive note, giving my people uplifting information on how to tap into their God consciousness and ascend out of this dimension. And a lot of people are asking me, well, what kind of signs are we supposed to get if we're, at the right mind state? This is how you know if you're ready to ascend past the fourth dimension into the fifth dimension. Certain people that used to draw your attention and that you used to think were important are not important to you anymore. You don't look up to people as leaders anymore. You look to yourself as a leader. Things like material things like shoes, clothes, jewelry, accessories, looking good, quote unquote, looking good and presentable for other people. You see what I'm saying? When that becomes meaningless to you and you don't care about that shit anymore, that's how you know you are tapping into God consciousness. Okay? When you don't watch mainstream media and you don't give a shit about what they're saying in the media, that's another sign that you are tapping in to your God consciousness. Okay? Another sign is the children. Children have, no matter what race, ladies and gentlemen, we can all look this up. Children have uncalcified pineal glands. All children, no matter what race, they have decalcified pineal glands, which means that they are still directly linked to the fourth and the fifth dimensions. That is why children see spirits more than any other people on the planet, because they are directly linked with the third and the fourth dimensions. Oh, and also children know that anything is possible. When you speak to a child that hasn't been brainwashed with the goddamn Jewish TV, he says, Daddy, Mommy, I can fly. Daddy, I can fly. Guess what? Calcified Mommy and Daddy? The child is telling the truth. The child can fly because gravity doesn't exist. Only magnetism exists in this paradigm, in this world. Okay? So we have to eat the right food. We have to hang around the right people. And we have to put the right things in our body. Okay? And stay on the right track in this Gregorian New Year. I appreciate Everybody who supported RFG movement, Atlantean movement, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's a chosen